Brisbane Masonry supplied in excess of 150,000 square metres of 200 by 100 by 100 mm rectangular pavers. These pavers were manufactured in machine lay configuration for Patrick Stevedore's container terminal pavements in berths 8, 9 and 10 at the Port of Brisbane. These automated radar-operated straddle carriers at the Port of Brisbane are the first to operate in Australia. These straddle carriers can apply up to loads of 110 tonne to the pavement when fully loaded. Prior to the laying of the 100mm thick pavers on a nominal 25mm bedding sand layer, a base consisting of 150mm gravel and 600mm 3.5% 5 MPa cement treated base was placed. The concrete pavers were delivered on pallets in such a way that no damage occurred to the product during haulage. Palletised pavers were plastic wrapped on the top and sides and delivered to site in the chronological order in which they were manufactured. Every pallet was marked and tagged, identifying the date of manufacture, project reference, lot number for testing and sequential pallet number. As part of Brisbane Masonry's pre-qualification to supply pavers for this industrial pavement, the manufacturer had to demonstrate a minimum of 10 years' experience in the manufacture of concrete block pavers. It was also a requirement that the manufacturer have sufficient production capacity and establish quality control procedures to produce, transport and deliver the required number of pavers meeting the specification without causing delay to the construction program. A comprehensive manufacturer's quality control plan was provided by Brisbane Masonry. This included records showing date of manufacture, early test results, mixed design designation, mould numbers, mould cycles, sequential pallet numbers and test reports on pavers conforming with the breaking load, dimensional tolerance, abrasion and water absorption specified. Also to satisfy the quality assurance requirements, a description of the anticipated mould growth in pallet cluster size and a plan for dealing with the growth was submitted. The installers were also required to provide their installation history, demonstrating their ability to perform the paver installation and management capability sufficient to execute the work shown on the contract drawings and specification. The installer's quality control procedures included testing and sampling of associated materials during construction, such as bedding and jointing sands, dimensional control methods, paving machine head adjustment, typical daily work schedule to ensure that all pavers placed on the bedding sand course on any given work day are adjusted as required and embedded correctly, and that the joint filling sand fills the joints prior to sealing. Once the orientation of the pavement is established, the pavers are laid with a hydraulically operated clamping system in approximately 1 square metre in area. While the machine does all the work, there is an operative guiding the cluster into place. The productivity of machine laying far exceeds manual laying, with 500 square metres per machine easily achieved on this project. Faster installation means earlier completion and less operational downtime, which was so critical on this project. After laying the blocks, the block alignment and joint spacing was adjusted if necessary. For initial compaction, the blocks were bedded by no less than 2 passes of the plate compactor. Compaction proceeded as close as possible following laying and prior to the acceptance of any traffic. Any blocks which were structurally damaged during compaction were immediately removed and replaced. Before the commencement of joint filling, the pavement surface was checked for joint spacing, height of blocks against edge restraints and lipping. All non-compliance was corrected. Sufficient passes of the plate compactor were required to vibrate the sand down into the joints to fill them completely. After final compaction, the entire block surface, including the joints, was sealed with a water-based UV-resistant acrylic sealer.